Hey guys, Natalie here with the Carolina Homeschooler. So I've been seeing a lot of videos and a lot of things online about how do you homeschool, how long do you homeschool, what does a typical homeschool day look like? Well, today I want to share with you what our typical homeschool day looks like for my fourth graders. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so here's how our day looks for my fourth graders. I wake my daughter up around 8 o'clock. We don't start school till 9, so she needs a little extra time getting out of bed, doing her morning chores, and getting breakfast, and making her way to getting her school books and coming to the table by 9 o'clock. So I typically wake her up around 8 o'clock. I wake my other fourth grader, my son, up at probably 8:15, 8:30. He's a little bit faster and he can just kind of pop out of bed and get breakfast and be ready to go. So typically we wake up around 8 or 8:30. We are ready to go by 9, and we start with our group subjects at 9 o'clock. So that is science, that's history, and we also have a read aloud. Now science and history, I also incorporate my oldest, my 7th grader, in with that. And then once history is done, he goes and does his stuff. And my 4th graders stick with me and we do our read aloud. This year we're going through the Narnia series. So we typically do that. That can take, depending on what they're learning, that can take an hour, maybe if it's just review, or it can take 2 or 3 hours, just depending on what we have to do in science, what we have to do in history, that sort of thing. And then once we're done with the group subjects, then they break off and they do their independent work. That consists of Bible. I have their one year daily devotional. It also consists of our grammar, Fix-It grammar. So these are all things that they're doing independently. This is their math, Matthew C. They have spelling. And then we have language lessons from master books. So that's their independent work. So we do that up until maybe 12, 12:30, something like that. And then we break for lunch. And then after lunch, they have to go back to their science, obviously finish up any work that they haven't done, that they haven't finished from independent work. But then we go to our science again, and they have to read through the text themselves, answer questions, take notes, and just go back and do that so they have the proper notes so they can study later on when the tests come. And then they have their final chores that they can do before dinner. So they do those. We typically end around, for my 4th graders, around, I'd say 1:30. Now it can definitely go longer. There are days where it seems like it's never going to end. Just the other day, they started at 9 and my son did not finish until it's probably 3:30, 4 o'clock. It just depends on the mood and the behavior and the attitudes. You get cranky people, you get disobedient kids sometimes, and they just don't want to cooperate. So it can take a little bit longer than that. But typically on a good day, that is when we finish. We start at 9 and they finish around 1:30, something like that, with a lunch break in between. So that's what our typical day for my 4th graders looks like. I can also, if you want to know about my 7th grader, he's got a little bit of a bigger workload. I can do a video on my 7th graders, a typical day in the life with him. If you want, just put a comment down below. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. That really helps me out. And the little tiny bell so that you can get all my notifications of my new videos, which tend to come out Monday and Fridays. So don't forget to look for those each week. That's it. I hope you guys have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Happy homeschooling.